What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CubReacts. This morning, we're jumping into a track that we most definitely slept on when it first came out. I didn't even hear that it had come out, but the video did land over the weekend, and we're back in business from today. The sounds of Qdot, this one, DURO 2.0, featuring the sounds of Simi. She's been promoting this one heavily on her Instagram. That's where I saw it, so we're going to jump into this video today. Very exciting stuff. As always, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into the sounds of this one. Let's go. Qdot Simi, produced by Terry and Godboy. Okay. The instrumental is mad. It's huge. Right from the jump on this one, I'm loving I suppose the intensity of those shakers. They're really, really flat, really, really dry, but they're also really loud in the mix. Like, they're apparent. Like, you're supposed to hear them as a leading kind of percussive element. Then on top of that as well, you've got these big, quite, I want to say melancholy piano chords that are really leading the center of the mix. And then literally on a kind of offbeat, like almost like a third of the way through a beat, you then hear Qdot's vocal begin. Really nice introduction on this one. The harmonies are nice vocal-wise, and obviously he's got quite a cool vocal tone to begin with. It's an interesting start. This tune does sound quite different. The video itself looks quite different as well. I'm loving the kind of smoky floor, obviously the bottle of whiskey or bottle of scotch on the table. Visually, it's quite interesting as well as sonically. So yeah, let's see where we go. Everything about this is interesting, man. I mean, his lead vocal itself has a really unique kind of texture to it. I love the way he just kind of cuts through the mix. He's got quite a nasally texture, and it does give the tune a kind of sense of body. It gives it a sense of kind of, I suppose, kind of humanism more than anything else. It feels like a very real vocal performance. Then, obviously, on top of that as well, the actual layout of the tune isn't that heavy. The lyricism is quite minimal, but you've literally just got him kind of bringing these smooth melodies to the front, and now you see reaching for the whiskey, as you always would do in that scenario. It's crazy, though. The actual video is really interesting. The tune's interesting. I don't really know where it's going to go. That's the most interesting thing. That little synthesizer sounded crazy. Woo! That little instrument there, it's almost like an electronic, like, mandolin. I don't even know what the sound is, but it just has this very kind of shimmering, very kind of, very sharp feel to the way the instrument's been processed. But again, it adds this kind of arpeggiating melody to the overall feel of the tune, which is kind of slowly drifting upwards, then back downwards, literally doing what an arpeggiator does, just going up then down, then up, then down. And it gives the actual hook a lot more kind of body and a lot more kind of thickness. Really interesting direction on this one, man. I like what Qdot's doing. I like the overall direction of the tune. I definitely think there's a lot to like about it. I'm interested to see what Simi does on this one, though. Let's see. And how minimal the actual instrumental arrangement is as well. I go stay when you in the fall, when the sun they burn. I go stay. Is there anyone out there that has the same vocal presence as Simi? Like, realistically, who can just arrive on a tune and suddenly the mood switches and suddenly she is the main event? I don't know if there is anyone out there that has that kind of, that palpability at the moment. The way she just kind of transitions, the transitions on this tune in general are quite off-key. Like, they are quite outside the box, quite unorthodox in the way that they're just kind of rolling out. Like, you don't even know when the tune's going to switch from verse to chorus section. It just suddenly happens. You're like, oh, we're into the next bit. But again, the way Simi controls the vocal, again, those angelic vocal lines just cutting through the middle so cleanly. And again, she just arrives in typical fashion, man. I'm really interested to see how her verse develops. Let's crack on. It's a lot of what it is to do with as well. It's her harmonies. It's the way that she controls her own overdubs over her vocals. It never really feels like she's out of control. She always feels very comfortable, very kind of in a central sort of lane. When it comes to the vocal she uses, she never sounds like she's trying to do something she hasn't done before, but she always is. She's always experimenting, always taking vocals in different directions, kind of different melodic patterns, different harmonic structures, but it always sounds like it's comfortable, like it sounds familiar. And again, she has this fantastic ability to do this on near enough every tune we hear her on. This just sounds very, very comfortable. Overall, it's a very comfortable performance. Those harmonies are really the thing that are pushing the tune and giving it that sort of memorability factor. I can understand why she said she thinks people are sleeping on this one, because I can understand why. The tune is wicked. It's a really cool kind of backdrop tune just to have playing. But again, I didn't even know it had landed, so yeah, crazy stuff. It's a really cool shot as well. You see that in the tune? That's the first time she's kind of jumped into a completely different zone, you know? She's been very comfortable throughout the entire zone. Her sort of central vocal range has been where she's been going. Those are the first two times she's kind of gone up a level and up the intensity and almost gone a bit kind of, almost gone into that sort of wailing territory. But it still sounded clean, and I think that's what I mean when I say her vocal presence is pretty much unmatched at the moment. There aren't many people that are able to do what she does on tunes, and it's such a cool thing to be able to hear. I'm so excited for Simi's album, man. I'm so excited. Obviously, we're going to be covering that extensively here on the channel, but this one sounds great, man. I've loved the direction of it. Let's see how it rounds off. I'm assuming we're going to get another chorus block, and then most likely an instrumental fade out. That's what I presume on a tune like this. It's so different instrumentally as well, that. The instrument that's playing, I need to find out what that instrument is, because it sounds like an electric mandolin. And I don't know what it is. I haven't heard that sound, or at least I haven't recognized that sound before, so I need to do some digging and find out. But yeah, really cool arrangement-wise. A nice transition, a little bit of extra verse structure in at the start of Qdot's final selection, and then we move into the hook again. This has been such a different thing to listen to, and I've really enjoyed it. So what we're going to do is we're going to let it run through to the end and then give you our final breakdown. But wow, what a way to kick off this week's reactions, I've got to say. I go there, if right there, don't wait for Saturday. Anywhere, any day, anytime, every day, night and day, day by day. Huge bass line down below as well. There we go. Bit of an unusual fade out towards the end, just on the cuts. Could have been a little bit smoother, but, you know, it's such a minimal thing, it doesn't really matter. But there we go, Qdot DURO 2.0 featuring Simi. A very interesting video, visually very striking. I love the kind of shot of Simi with the kind of red dress on. That looks really cool. Obviously, the shot where there's all the smoke in the background and the whiskey on the table. I think this is actually the same room, but it's kind of I suppose there's kind of a point behind the video that sometimes things are smoke and mirrors, I presume, and things look very different when the smoke clears. I think that's what the video is trying to make points-wise. If they are, they've definitely done it, because that's a really cool way of doing it. But there we go. Very cool tune overall. I'm a big fan of this one. I love the direction of the tune and the fact it's constantly switching and taking things in different directions. I'm a big fan, so there we go. Right, that's it from me, though. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic Monday, and peace.
Sounding so good right now, but they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.